Okay, welcome back to the 5 minutes to encourage your faith, challenge you to think, and today's topic is on faith. Now, when it comes to faith, there are two pitfalls you got to be real careful about. The first pitfall is that faith is irrational. In other words, faith is believing when there's no evidence. Faith is believing when there's no real information. Well, that can't be true, because if it is, then the worst thing for your faith would be the Bible. Why? Because it's filled with information. And so it can't be that. But then also, faith can't be purely intellectual assent. In other words, I just believe these core doctrines. Well, the problem with that is you can believe all of the facts in the world about Jesus and still not love him or serve him or walk with him or obey him. In fact, Jesus says, "Why do you call me Lord, Lord, but you don't do what I say?" No, faith is more than that. So what is faith? A few things. Firstly, faith points backwards. So we have faith in God, but get this, our God has a track record. So the Old Testament will say, look, I'm the God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, which is signaling we did in Genesis. But I'm the God who delivered you out of Egypt. I'm the God of the Exodus. And for us, we say, well, he's also the God of the cross. And so at the cross, we see the faithfulness of God. So we can say this, I have faith in God because my God is faithful. Our faith is rooted and points to the past. But also, our faith points to the future, points forward. So think this way. In Matthew 13:44, it says this, the kingdom of heaven is like treasure that man found in a field, he covered up. And then in his joy, he sold all that he had and he bought the field. In other words, faith is believing in the promises of God. Faith calls us to count the cost, but the good thing is the cost is always worth it. And so faith is walking in the promises of God. It points forward. But also, faith points outward. So faith needs an object. You can't have faith in faith. It doesn't make any sense. No, faith needs someone or something, and for us Christians, our faith is in Jesus. And so we are united to Christ by faith. He is in us, we are in him. Romans 4, so when you believe in Jesus, it is counted to you as righteousness. And so faith is saying, I can't save myself, I need someone else. So the object of our faith is Jesus. Finally, faith works inwards. I like how James says, look, if you say you have faith but you have no works, that's not actually Christianity. That your faith should actually do something. So James is going to say, if you say you have faith but you don't love the poor and you show partiality and your tongue is sharp, he's like, what faith do you actually have? No, a true faith is going to do something. It's going to show itself. And so what does it do? Firstly, faith is going to seek understanding. Well, that means this. You believe if you wake up every morning with a desire to grow in that belief. We seek understanding of who God is. But also, faith is going to speak understanding. In other words, we're going to profess with our mouth what our hearts actually believe. We confess Jesus Christ as Lord. We speak the truth in love. We declare his glory among the nations. Like how Luke in Acts says, Paul opened his mouth. That's what Christians do. We open our mouth. Why? Because we believe, we have faith. But finally, faith is going to perform understanding. Think this way. Your whole life is improv. Nothing is scripted. And so by the way that we live our lives, it demonstrates what we actually believe. And so the way we handle difficult people or relationships or our money or our time, all those things are a demonstration of what we actually believe to be true about our faith. So what is faith? Faith is believing in the finished work of Christ in such a way that it impacts every aspect of our lives. It's my time. See you next week. I'll see you then.